Did you know that the link you're using to share your children's book has a ton of information about you attached to it? And because of Amazon's strict review policies, book reviews are sometimes being removed if Amazon can detect a connection between the reviewer and you, the author. Hi there, I'm Eevi, an award-winning children's author and ghostwriter over on eevijones.com and the creator of Children's Book University. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how to safely share a link to your children's book or any other book for that matter, why it is important to use a safe link, how to create such a safe link, and in the very end, I'll also share the final step that unfortunately so many forget about. So let's dive right in. Now, what exactly is a safe or clean book link and why is it important? I'm not sure if this is the official name or if there even is an official name for it. But when I covered this topic in my book, How to Self-Publish a Children's Book, I simply called it a clean link. And I received a ton of follow-up questions about this, which is also the reason why I have created this video. To clean a link simply means to take your Amazon book link and delete any extra data that is not needed to find your book on Amazon. Now, you may be wondering, why is this important? Well, here we have to remember that Amazon collects data on and for anything and everything, simply because knowing how their customers behave is so very important to how they do their business, right? Therefore, any link derived through a search on Amazon has certain details attached to it, including information on who performed the search in the first place. So if you, the author, are searching for your book on Amazon in order to find its link so you can share it, this unaltered link then is directly connected to you. And as I already mentioned, Amazon is very strict with its review policies. Oftentimes, book reviews are being removed if Amazon can detect a connection between the reviewer and the author. Now, nobody knows how much of the people's review removal is due to the sharing of unclean links, but it happens often enough that we should pay attention to it, especially since we are working so very hard on getting these reviews for our beautiful children's books. So why take a risk, right? So the goal then is to make any of our links we are sharing to our book, be it on our website or social media or emails, untraceable. But first things first, where exactly can we find our book's Amazon link? And perhaps more importantly, can't we just use Amazon's handy share buttons? Well, the short answer here is no, because we don't know how exactly Amazon codes its links. It's best not to use the provided share buttons, which can usually be found below a book's price on the right side of Amazon's sales page. These share buttons are fine to use when you're someone that found a product you like on Amazon and would like to share it with someone as a gift idea, for example. But it's best not to use it if this is your book and you want to share it with readers. Now, what I did here is I just performed a search for one of my books using Amazon's search bar. And after performing the search, we'll see something similar to this link right here in your browser's URL bar. This is the all-telling link and should not be shared simply because it contains all sorts of information about the search we just performed. Instead, we want to take this link and delete all necessary information. And once we know what to pay attention to and how to do it, it can be done really quickly. So let's look at the steps on how to clean the link and how to safely link to your book on Amazon. The first step is simply to go to Amazon, search for your book using Amazon search bar, and then clicking on it. Now, before we clean that link right here in the URL bar, you will want to decide what format of your book you'd like to share, because these links for these different formats will differ. In the end, the buyer can click to any format that he or she chooses and would like to buy. But if we want to encourage people to purchase the paperback version of our book, for example, sharing the direct paperback link would be the best way to go so that people land on our book's paperback sales page instead of your ebook sales page, for example. Step 2. So go ahead and choose your preferred book format. Then we'll simply grab the link we see in our browser's URL bar. Again, this is still the all-telling link, so we'll need to delete a number of things first. Step 3. I like to start by eliminating everything that comes after my book's ID number. This is quite a lot of information and usually includes all the search terms we use to find our book via Amazon's search bar. Step number 4 is once I've done so, I delete everything that comes after Amazon's base URL and before our book's ID number, which is usually our book title and oftentimes the author's name. Whatever we are left with is our book's clean link and should be the only link we share. So for my book, the clean link to the paperback version looks something like this, where this number at the end really is just our book's ISBN 10 number. And to get the direct link to my book's ebook version, I simply first select the ebook version and then repeat all the elimination steps I just shared, leaving me with the link right here. And again, the number at the end really is just my ebook's ASIN number. The next step of this process we should always take is to copy and paste the just created link into our URL bar to test and make sure it really does lead to your book on Amazon. We wouldn't want to share any broken links. Otherwise, our would-be readers could end up with one of Amazon's adorable but very disappointed doggies like this one right here. Now, to make it as easy as possible for yourself, I'd recommend you save your two links you've just created. That way, it's always readily available so you don't have to go through any of these steps again. There are many different options, but some good places I suggest you save your link to would be your phone with a notes app, for example, or you can also send an email to yourself with a subject line book links so you can find it easily via your email provider's search function, or you can send it as a private message to yourself on Facebook or really any other place you usually keep your important information. Now, the last thing I wanted to share is something you definitely don't want to forget. There are so many places where we can share our now clean and untraceable Amazon book link, right? In fact, you may have already shared your book far and wide. And because reviews are so very hard to come by, it's worth checking these links to make sure that all of them are indeed clean links. These might include links you have already shared on your website or links you are currently sharing in your emails, and of course, links you have shared on social media like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Pinterest. So go back to these platforms, go back to these areas, and make sure that the links you previously shared are clean links, and if not, exchange them with your now newly created clean link. I hope you found this really helpful and answers all your questions you may have had regarding how to safely link to your book on Amazon. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. Here's to sharing our book links far and wide, safely and wisely. Bye.